Hi, I'm Jalissa Black. I'm a second-year Doctor of Occupational Therapy student at Nova Southeastern University. How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing very well. How may I address you during our session today?
Miss Jessica will be fine.
Okay, Miss Jessica, it's nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
Today, I'm going to tell you what we're going to go over. So we're actually going to be completing the Canadian Occupational Performance Measure. And it's just an assessment to try to figure out what occupations and activities are meaningful to you and how we can get you back to being able to perform them like you want to.
Okay.
Everything I'm writing down throughout our session is completely open to you, so you can feel free to read anything that I write down. We're going to be working together to complete this process. So definitely, if you want to know anything you wrote down, we're going to go over everything together.
Okay.
Okay? Does that sound okay?
Sounds great.
All right. So to begin, I'm just going to ask you some questions and feel free to answer as truthfully and honestly as you would like and as openly as you would like. So to
Okay.
begin, I'm going to ask you a little bit about what do you do on a daily basis?
I work in a medical hospital. Um, it's every day. If I'm not working, I'm trying to spend time at home, doing different things to keep my mind occupied.
Okay. Are there any particular activities you like to engage in as far as personal care goes?
I like to exercise and I like to read my Bible when I have time.
So I know you say you like to exercise. Do you like to go to the gym? Do you exercise at home?
Um, I try to go to the gym, but I haven't been able to go because I just don't like being around people right now.
Completely understandable. Do you have any sense of community, any family members, friends that you're really close to?
I do, but I've kind of isolated myself a little bit because of things that's going on. So I do have friends, but I haven't been out with them in a while.
Okay. When you do go out with your friends, what type of activities do you like to do with them?
We just go hang out, go to a restaurant and eat and just hang and talk, hang out and talk.
What is your relationship status right now?
I'm married.
You're married? Okay.
Yes.
About how long have you been married?
We've been married about 2 years.
Okay. What types of things do you like to do with your husband typically?
Well, I like to go out and eat with him, but things haven't been kind of great between us right now because I guess some of my emotions that I'm dealing with, some of my emotional problems. So um, we haven't really been communicating, if that makes sense.
Yes. So you mean as far as like you haven't been going on dates and you haven't been
Right.
having much quality time?
Yes.
Does that extend further?
I'm I'm not quite sure. Um, could.
Okay. And I know you said that you currently work in a hospital. Is that paid work or unpaid work?
Paid work.
Paid work. When while at home, since you're married, do you and your husband kind of split the household management, or do you feel like you do a bit more, or does he do?
No, I think we both contribute our fair share.
What are some of the roles that you take in household management?
I usually do the cooking. I usually do the laundry. He kind of keep the house clean and stuff like that.
Okay. And you are, you've already graduated college, correct?
Yes, I graduated medical school. Yes, I did.
Okay. So do you have any more school left in your future, or are you done with school for right now?
I think I'm done with school right now.
Okay. So since you're done with school, and that was probably, and you went to medical school, so that was probably a major chunk of your day-to-day life. Now that
Right.
you're done with school, are there any things you like to engage in for play?
Me and my husband would like to have kids, but um, it's kind of been difficult right now because we haven't been affectionate with each other.
Is that something you would like to increase in the future?
Yes, yes.
What type of leisure activities do you like to do just like on your own, like in the quiet at home?
Probably the most thing that I like is just to get isolated and read my Bible and just meditate on God.
Okay. In regards to exercise, I know that you said you kind of used to like to go to the gym, but right now you're not really around people. But when you are
Right.
active and you are outside, what type of physical fitness do you like to
I
engage
usually try to walk or either ride my bicycle.
in? I noticed you mentioned reading your Bible a few times. How important would you say that you feel like that is to you? Is that something that's very important or not so much at the moment?
That was very important to me. I'm a Christian and I believe in um, reading my Bible daily.
And what about exercise? You mentioned that a few times as well. How do you feel like that is as far as important or not very important?
I think it's very important because you need to stay active in order to be fit. So you need to be active, engaged in something.
I know you mentioned also your relationship with your husband and how you would want that to improve in
Mhm.
all aspects. Is that something that's very important to you or not so important?
Yes, it's very important because I love my husband and I don't want anything to come in between us. And I feel like some of my emotional problems are coming in between me and my husband.
Okay. And you, I know that at some point school was very important to you.
Right.
It shows how you got such an advanced degree. Would you say that having children right now, is that important to you or not so much?
Yes, very important. I would love to have um, a child, something that probably would give me something else to focus on besides work.
Okay. And let's see. You also mentioned you have friends that you used to go to restaurants with and hang out with. How important is that to you right now?
Um, Not as important as it used to be. Um, I'm fine if I meet with them, and I'm fine if I don't, if that makes sense.
Yes, that makes complete sense. And how would you say, what would you say that is the importance level of your current household management? Is that very important to you or?
Yes, because in order to have a good productive household, you have to have boundaries. So yes, that is very important to me.
Okay, Miss Carter. So it looks like from um, our occupational performance areas that you listed in self-care, productivity, and leisure, that your relationship with your husband is very important to you.
Yes.
Um, your affection with your husband is very important to you.
Yes.
Would you say your work is important to you?
Yes, it is. It is very important because that's how we maintain our household. So, yes, that is very important.
And we would say exercise is very important to you,
Yes,
and your religion.
yes, very, very important.
So those are our 5 occupational performance problem areas. It doesn't mean that they are a problem. It means that maybe some of the things that you're going through right now may be contributing to you not engaging as much as you would like to in those areas.
Okay.
So I'm gonna now have you rate yourself, and I'm gonna share my screen with you so you can see our
Okay.
first rating scale. So we have a performance rating scale, and we also have a satisfaction rating scale. So I'm going to try
Okay.
to share my screen and show you those. Okay, Miss Jessica, today we've identified the 5 problem areas, and I'm gonna have you rate them 1 through 10. I'm gonna have you rate your performance and your satisfaction. 1
Okay.
would be that you feel like you're not performing it well at all and you're not satisfied at all.
Okay.
And 10 would be you're performing it very well and you're very satisfied.
Okay.
So we will begin with your performance.
Okay.
And I will share my screen so you can see the scale.
Okay.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to begin with performance. Again, 1 is if you don't feel like you're performing at all well,
Okay.
and then 10 is if you're performing very well.
Okay.
So first, we're going to begin with your relationship with your husband.
Probably a 3.
Okay. What about your affections with your husband?
Probably a 2.
How do you feel like you're performing in your work life right now?
Probably a 5.
How do you feel like you're performing in your religion right now?
That probably would be a 6.
And how do you feel like you're performing in your exercise right now?
A 3.
Okay. We're going to use this same scale to rate your satisfaction, with 1 not being satisfied at all and 10 being extremely satisfied.
Okay.
So how satisfied are you with your relationship with your husband right now?
A 2.
What about with your affection with your husband at this time?
A 3.
Okay, and what about your current work life?
Probably a 4.
How satisfied are you with your religion?
Probably a 4.
And how satisfied are you with your exercise right now?
Probably a 2.
Okay, thank you, Miss Jessica.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna stop sharing my screen.
Okay.
So I'm gonna calculate our performance and satisfaction scores just by
Okay.
totaling the numbers that you told me.
Okay.
For your performance score, we have a 19. And
Okay.
for your satisfaction score, we have a 15.
Okay.
And what that simply means is, just judging off those numbers, is that your current performance and satisfaction is not where you would desire it to be. In majority of the areas, you felt like you could be performing better and you felt like you could be more satisfied in those areas. So we're going to
Yes.
continue intervention and treatment and try to get you more, we're going to try to improve your current condition and get you back to where you were, or even better than where you were before when you were engaging in all of these occupations.
Okay. Sounds great.
Okay, so at our next session, After we're going to do some intervention and try to improve that. And after 4 sessions with me, we'll actually reconduct this Canadian occupational performance measure, and I'll have your second set of scores, and I'll be able to compare them, and we'll be able to see how much you've improved in all those areas. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
Okay, very good. All right, well, we're done for today. Thank you for coming in to see me. I'm glad we kind of took a measure and saw what's important to you and what you feel like is meaningful to you. And I'm going to try my best to help you get back to regaining function in all of those areas and occupations that you love.
All righty. Thank you so much. I appreciate it
You're
today.
so welcome. You have a wonderful rest of your day.
And you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so for our satisfaction scale, 1 is equaling not satisfied at all. And we're going to rate that all the way to 10, which means that you're extremely satisfied in that area. So
Okay.
we're going to begin with your current relationship with your husband. How satisfied are you?
Probably about a 7.
And your affection with your husband. Where's your satisfaction with that?
Probably a 5.
And your work, where's your satisfaction with that?
Probably a 9.
And your current religion satisfaction?
A 10.
And your current satisfaction with your exercise?
Probably a 7.
Okay, Miss Jessica, I'm going to share my screen with you and we're going to rate your performance.
Okay.
Do you see my screen?
I do.
Okay. So for performance, we're going to say that 1 is that currently it's not very important, and then 10, it is very important. You feel like your performance is really well.
Okay.
So we're going to begin with your relationship with your husband.
Okay.
What is your rating for that right now?
Probably a 9.
And what about affections with your husband right now?
Probably a 6.
And your work life right now?
10.
And your religion?
10.
And your performance in exercise?
A 5.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Jessica.
You're very much welcome.